Hello and welcome to The Point. Today we have with us 6 times MP, 3 times Chief Minister, one of the not so well sung heroes of Congress, Mr. Tarun Gogoi, the Chief Minister of Assam. Welcome to The Point, Mr.
Thank
Gogoi.
you.
You have bucked the anti-incumbency,
Yeah.
which has hit almost everybody except a couple of chief ministers apart from you.
Yeah.
Um, they say that it is because there is no opposition worth in Assam. How did you manage to, finish the opposition in Assam?
No, it is of the good governments and then concern for the poor, downtrodden, deprived sections. So that is and the sincerity. These are the reason for which you see, we could win the hearts of the people also. You see, without developments and taking proper care, particularly the poorer sections, the middle class, farmers, the weavers, students, and the labor class, and all the communities, minorities, you can't win the hearts.
Mr. Gogoi, you're talking of minorities. One of the major issues when it comes to Assam is the minorities. There are also, constantly we keep hearing about infiltration, from Bangladesh, the Bangladesh Muslims. We have seen attempts being made by central governments to, curtail them, but still infiltration continues to be an issue.
No, that is an issue, no doubt about it. But this inflation has gone down. Even my last census report also, Assam population growth is less than national average growth. Is a clear indication that inflation has gone down.
Yeah, but one other thing which has happened recently in Assam is that India has handed over certain territory to Bangladesh. That has created some kind of a difference of opinion, and some people in this country are very critical of what has happened and why there was a need to hand over our proper, land and.
You see, we are not handing over the land. The land has been in their possession since the partition also. So we are going to get back the land. On the records you are here, but possession is not with us. Then who is going to win?
So
who is going to be a gainer? This is the.
No. You tell me. You are saying that we are actually not losing land. We are gaining land.
We are gaining land.
How do you?
Where it will come to us?
But certain portions which actually was there in the part of the Indian map, you are saying was never in our position.
Never, yes. It's a fact also. In certain only small areas there was. That also after 1967 war. That was a small area. Vast area it has been all along in the possession of the Bangladesh, earlier of course the East Pakistan, since partition, from the very, maybe before also. Before as a district, not as a.
So now what is this actual deal which has been worked out between India and Bangladesh?
In fact, in fact, it is an map, of course. It is
like so. What you are trying to say is it is like Pak-occupied Kashmir in the
same thing.
Where in the map we show that it's part of our country,
but in fact a possession is there.
Possession is not with us.
For example, there is in my record also, there is about 10 acres of land. But in fact it has been in your possession. If I get the land, am I not a winner or am I going to loser?
So we are exchanging certain land with Bangladesh. Is that what you are trying to say? That we are giving them some land and they are giving back?
In fact, we are not giving land. You see, of course, those who has been in their possession.
It will remain in their possession.
Yes. And those these areas they have been in their possession, not in our possession.
Right. So are we getting back that land which
is
in their position now?
Yes. That's
so by what you are saying, the actual criticism that we are handing over land to Bangladesh is not true. Is that what you are trying to say?
Also, that's why there is no such hangama in the border areas. Is it there only the political? They are raising the issue for political purpose.
Okay. So let me be clear. You are saying that those lands which were actually not in possession of India, but it was reflected in the part of India in the maps, will now be coming back to us and it will become part of Assam, and you will be, the Assam government will have control over it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming to this point of the relations between India and Bangladesh, one of the problems which Assam has been facing is that Bangladesh is refusing to give transit visas. Do you think this is because of the fact that Bangladesh is not getting water from Teesta, and because of that they have been provoked to do what they are doing now?
No, in fact, we are just first. You see, so the Prime Minister took an initiative now. It is a first step. So subsequently, we want to improve our relation father and father also, because Bangladesh also has been helpful to us also,
Yes.
and for our own interest and their interest also. You see, we want is a relationship with the Bangladesh, all the neighboring countries to improve also, because whole of the Northeast, you see, has become what you call isolated,
Right.
because your land connectivities, river connectivities, rail connectivities is disrupted by the creation of the East Pakistan.
Yes.
So now we want the transit also for economic benefit,
Yes.
and culturally also we are the same also. So trade, commerce, business, for all other purpose, we want our relations with Bangladesh, all the neighboring countries to improve. But it's the first steps, so you can't expect that all the problem can be solved in one stroke.
But do you see reciprocation of the same feeling from the Bangladesh
Yes,
side also?
yes, because I found her, she was very sincere about Hasina also.
Okay.
The present Prime Minister, she is very keen to improve our relations with also. We had the separate discussions also. One discussion, of course, with the Prime Minister, with everybody. Then separately also we had the discussion also. I have found her very, very sincere. She is very much interested in improving our relations with.
Okay, we need to go into a short break now. Please keep watching. We'll come back and continue our discussion with Mr. Gogoi. Welcome back. We are talking to Mr. Gogoi, the Chief Minister of Assam. Mr. Gogoi, you were talking about Bangladesh, improvement of relations and all these things. But there seems to be one problem. The peace process with Alpha, the treaty with Alpha, how far is it successful? Where has it reached now? One of the things which we keep hearing is about one of the Alpha leaders is in Bangladesh, but Bangladesh is not really cooperating in sending him back.
No, Bangladesh is fully cooperating. You see, in fact, for ousting the Alpha base in Bangladesh,
Yes.
it is, credit goes to the Sheikh Hasina also. She is very much interested not to give any shelter to any insurgent group in the Northeast. And today there is nobody, you see. Their main leader is in the Myanmar and the China borders.
You are talking of Mr. Paresh
Barwa.
Yes.
Yeah. So that way we are getting full cooperation, no doubt about it.
What about Chaitya? He's supposed to be in Bangladesh.
No, now at present he is not in Bangladesh.
So you
Originally he was Bangladesh.
So both-
Earlier all were in Bangladesh. Now you see most of all the leaders, they are in the they've come for the talk,
right.
and only a few are there. Paresh
But the
Barwa.
top leaders still are
No, all the top leaders except Paresh Barwa.
Okay. So you think that as far as the Alpha peace process is concerned, it's on track. You don't expect any further problems, because we keep hearing about fresh groupings being formed.
See, they are trying to form a grouping also, no doubt also.
Yes.
They are trying to align with other insurgent group also.
Right.
You see why? Because they are weak today. That's why they know they can't fight alone. So now they have been, you see, Alpha groups, they are trying to, you see, forge alliance with the other insurgent group.
Which are these other insurgent groups which are operating?
You see, in fact, NDF is there, then PLO is also there, Manipur is also there, even NSC and IM is also there. They want to forge links between all the insurgents group. You see, earlier they were fighting alone.
Right. So if this attempt to forge uh, you know, among all these different groups. How are you tackling that? How are you ensuring that they don't regroup and they don't come together?
Definitely we will try also, but at the same time we try to involve the people, so that they cannot have a base in Assam. You see, every state has to take their own necessary step to see that they don't have a base in Assam also. And the best thing is to see that the youngsters are not recruited.
See, this is an important issue. What is the kind of rehabilitation program you have for those youngsters, those cadres of Ulfa earlier? How are you rehabilitating them?
No, that problem is still there. We have some swing. In fact, this morning also I had the discussion with the Prime Minister also.
Okay.
I said my big problem is to rehabilitate them also.
Right.
And then rehabilitation we have to do it.
Right.
Some of course may be recruited, some we did recruit also. Some police force, paramilitary forces, but you can't absorb all of them also. So even today I think about almost 6,000 cadres are there.
6,000 cadres
already surrendered.
Who have surrendered.
That's
and
right.
whom you
want to be rehabilitated.
To start with, you have to start rehabilitating.
We have some scheme also, but that is also not enough. Because we do give some financial, some training, but we want to go in a big way. So that even vocational training, some other training, you see, that's why we are also, even today I had the discussion also to how to rehabilitate them. You see. So that we are taking it very seriously also.
But what kind of support are you seeking from the center?
No,
and do you think the center is able to support this kind of?
Yes, the center will also. You see, they will extend as far as, because that is their interest, my interest also.
Absolutely.
You see, we don't want that they will go back again also.
Right.
You see. And that will give a wrong message also.
Right.
You see, and our whole idea is to rehabilitate them as far as possible, to prove it that there is remaining in the mainstreams, you are much gainer.
Has that message gone across to these youths? Or
Yes,
is there?
No, it has gone. That's why you see, so many, all the insurgency group has come for talk.
Right, but if there is any delay in rehabilitation process,
Delay we are not doing it.
Right.
You see, this is not the first time. You see, we started since 2004 I started.
Yes.
You see, and today 2011. You see, that's why one after another groups. You see, earlier nobody came for talk or nobody came for ceasefire.
Right.
Now why one after another? Minor groups are there. Even Parasbara minor groups, major groups already. Almost all the insurgents groups.
Mr. Gogoi, another issue which we hear about is that these surrendered Alpha groups, some of them belonging to a certain community, now they are demanding a scheduled tribe status. Would you?
No, we are recommending. You see, we have been recommending. You see, not that it has been lying in the government of India for a long time. This demand is not a new demand.
Right, but now in the context of these youths coming back to the mainstream and things like that, and they are demanding this, because the possibility of certain groups exploiting this issue is a reality, isn't it?
No, some the grievances are also genuine. Some are exploiting also. These are two types of there.
Right.
Because that area is a backward area, which are the area where you see this insurgency grow. So normally we most backward areas where communication is lacking, education facilities, employment opportunity. These are the area where this insurgency spreads. It's a fertile ground.
Right.
So that area we want to develop much, create employment opportunity also, so that youngsters are not attracted. This is my strategy, and that strategy has paid. Otherwise, why the people have come for the mainstreams?
Okay. We'll leave that aside. Now let's come to another major issue as far as Assam is concerned, is about this the dam, the anti-dam agitation which has been going on, the lower Subansiri dam. And your view is that the dam will not have any major, the building of the dam in Arunachal Pradesh in lower Subansiri will not have major repercussions as far as Assam is concerned. But there are groups which are agitating, who are saying that the backwater, the people in the backwaters will be affected.
No, that yes. Our case is very clear.
Yes.
You see that government has to take all the precautionary measures.
Yes.
So that, you see, they say it will lead to floods, somebody say it will lead to drought also, ecological imbalance, floods. I say all these measures have to be taken. It's one group that, you see, according to the local experts.
Right.
Then Government of India says we are going to take all these measures. This is whatever the apprehension one group has expressed. Yes, there has some ground or reason also. But the Government of India has given assurance that we will take care of all this. You see, they say the earthquake zone. Then expert, they say no, it will not affect. Then say the water can be regulated also, so that you see there will not be more water or the less water, neither flood nor drought also. For ecological balance also, the downstream, so they have to make bank. The Government of India has given an assurance. So it is of my interest to see that, you see, if the dam doesn't bring any benefit to me, why should I support? Why I am supporting dam? Because it will help us also.
So you are convinced that this dam is going to help the people of Assam and
no, expert. I will go by expert. I am not an expert.
Okay.
I am not. I am not an expert.
But there are two different views on this also.
No, different is. But you see, IIT, all these top national experts, according to them, it is safe.
Okay. So you are convinced that this dam is safe. You are convinced as far as those experts who say that this dam is safe, you would rather believe them than
definitely, because they are nationally expert. You see, since they are the expert in the country,
right?
Should I not believe?
So you don't think that these anti-dam agitations are why are they still continuing then?
These are politics. They've been doing before election also, so and that area we own also. Okay. And panchayat election we will also win those areas also. These are nothing but politics.
Okay, we will at that stage we will go into a short break now. We'll come back soon. Please keep watching. Welcome back. We are talking to Mr. Gogoi, the Chief Minister of Assam. Mr. Gogoi, we have discussed various issues concerning the state. See, all said and done, you are one of the most senior leaders of the Congress. Though, as I said in my opening statement, that you are almost an unsung or undersung hero of Congress. You have won the elections. You have won elections thrice. I think after Sheila Dikshit, of the Chief Minister of Delhi, is there for the last 12, 13 years, and you have been there for 11 years, 12th year you are on. So, you have won election thrice. And, what kind of a role do you see for yourself at the national level?
You see, once I was there also, I was General Secretary.
You were a 6-time MP.
No, not only that, I was General Secretary AICC.
You were General Secretary AICC also.
I was Joint Secretary also. Right. I was Joint Secretary in 76. I was in charge of Youth Congress.
Right.
Then in 83, Joint Secretary. Then I became a General Secretary also.
Yes.
In charge of UP and Bihar also.
Right.
Not that I didn't play any role.
Absolutely.
And you see, I know whole of the. If you ask my Punjab, I can tell. If you ask I was in charge of Maharashtra election.
That is exactly the point I'm trying to make.
So that once I played. Now at the end, I thought that I must. See, earlier I was more in the national politics than in the state. Now, of course, I was concentrating more in states because of the state has gone from bad to worst.
Yes.
That was the reason for which I decided to go back. I say must do something so that now, of course, situation has much improved, no doubt about it.
Now it has much improved. You have stabilized the party. It's very important that you have been able to get the party back to power.
Yes,
not twice. 2001 you first won, then 2006 and again 2011. So now you think that your role in as far as the state politics is concerned is more or less, you are satisfied with what you have done. Are you looking at some other
In fact, I am not looking it because Assam has to consolidate.
Right.
Situation has improved, no doubt about it. Then you have to consolidate also. You see, today alpha insurgency, then you have to rehabilitate, consolidate in such a way so that it will not be repeated. This is my set.
But as you were mentioning yourself, you have played a major role as far as the party is concerned. Even in the past, as General Secretary, you have held positions in charge of Uttar Pradesh. Now the Uttar Pradesh elections are on. Do you, from your past experience, do you see the Congress party improving its position at all?
Yes, vast, definitely it will improve. I can say 100%.
See, you were a general secretary when the Congress party was in decline in UP. Why do you think it declined then, and why do you think it is going to improve now?
Decline is because of some wrong strategy also.
What were those wrong strategies?
I don't like to disclose it also. Since 91 is slightly easy, we didn't give much importance to the EP politics. Why I can't say, but
no, obviously you are mentioning. Obviously you are referring to the demolition of the Babri Masjid, which happened.
All these things also we didn't.
The Mandir politics.
Politics, they didn't take it seriously. This is my.
So what was at that time? Did you give any suggestions to the leadership of that time, which could have arrested the kind of decline?
You see, that time also I did suggest also, even my Prime Minister also. I had a differences also. But we can't
with Prime Minister Mr. Narasimha Rao.
Narasimha Rao.
Yes.
So I wrote a letter also, but I can't. I don't like to disclose it also, because I said this is a step to be taken.
Yes.
But it's up to him.
Right.
You see, they didn't consider me, or he didn't consider me that I was right.
Okay.
What
is going right now?
No, this is the way the Rahul Gandhi is taking.
Right.
You see, and one has to be very committed, sincere, and it is a long drawn process also.
Right.
It takes time. But today I am confident, and the situation has improved, and it will further improve. You see, go on fighting, that should be the spirit. And good thing that they have decided not to align with any party.
Okay.
The alliances was also responsible for our downfall.
The various alliances which Congress struck at with various parties.
That was one of the reasons, according to me. I may be wrong also. This is my personal opinion. I am not.
Right. Mr. Gogoi, as far as politics, now coming to governance at the national level, we have seen the last 1 year has been the most, difficult period for the UPA government.
Yes.
UPA government has never faced the kind of problems which it has faced in the last, charges of corruption, charges of misgovernance, all kinds of things. So you see this kind of what has happened in the last 1 year affecting the future of the UPA government. We have just another 2 years to go for the elections.
You see, I don't think, yes, I don't think it will affect it. The result will speak.
Yeah,
you see, the result will speak just after, in the month of March.
You're talking of the present round of elections.
Yes, it will speak.
No, but
you see, I'm still.
Mr. Gogoi, the fact is that in this country, elections to the states and elections to the Lok Sabha are two different things. You can't really juxtapose both and say that this has happened to the NDA government in the past when they won elections in states and they lost power.
No, you can see the trend. If you see the trend, you see today trend, you see among the common people, you see trend that we are losing we are not losing our popularity. But that will speak only after
this
result. According to me.
But let me go back to the issues of.
You see, in telling you see, before my election also, they raised 1,000 crores. They raised everything. Never before I faced. But people voted for me. Never in my life, the amount of criticism. This time people are very aggressive.
People are aggressive.
People are aggressive. Some are some bases, but some are little exaggerated also.
No, but this whole
for example,
the civil society movement, for instance,
good
the last one.
Civil society also movement. Sometime also, if you go little, not civil society, even for Anna also. I was telling from the very beginning, I am not worried. I say you won't be successful. You see, I will tell you, in India, it is not he, is Guldiranand Nando. He started first anti-corruption movement. Those days also, you see, there was a what you call Sadasar committee in district wise. Then 75 also, Nam-Nirman movement. I know the history also.
Yes.
You see, Nam-Nirman movement started. I will tell you,
But Mr.
You see,
Mr.
that
Gogoi,
time,
all these are
but that time we affected us.
no. But
Those days it affected us.
Are you trying to deny the fact that corruption has become a
Because
major
yes,
issue in this
yes,
country?
corruption has gone everywhere. What to do? You see, corruption not only in political, even judiciary, even which area has not gone. As a whole society is a fact. There is no doubt about it. But unless you change the whole system, create awareness, you see, only the system.
Right.
You see, I have been telling all along, if you go, you see, e-governments, for example.
So
And
systemic what you are trying to say is systemic changes needs to be made
Yes,
to tackle corruption.
One of that is.
Right.
Then create awareness, then make thing available. You see, earlier you have to even bribe for, you see, for telephone connection also.
Right.
Even for gas, you see, this connection also.
Absolutely.
So today, since you make the thing available, you see, nobody bothers about.
It's a long term.
It's a long term.
It's a long term.
It's a long term.
Right. Anyway, it was.
I don't say that moment I am agreeing, but the way they are doing.
Okay. Anyway, it was a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Gogoi. We have run short of time.
Yeah.
We wish we had more time. Thank
Yes.
you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Please keep watching. We will come back with another important and senior leader. Thank you very much.